Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome sis, welcome. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Today we're going to be making salmon croquettes. So first what you want to do is make sure you have all your ingredients. We're going to have breadcrumbs, the pink salmon, some vegetable oil. You're going to need 1 egg and a little bit of a yellow onion. And you're going to chop that and dice it up real nice and fine. As you see, I will be doing that here. You want to make sure that you get your onions real good and chopped fine because you don't want those big chunks of onion as you're biting into your salmon croquette. So make sure you get those onions diced, girl. Next, we're going to open up our salmon and then we're going to drain it. You want to drain it, mostly all of the water that's in it, out of it, but not too much, not all of it, because you want to still have a little moist. And so what we're going to be doing right here is you're just breaking down the salmon and going through it and getting all the bones, the little tendons and things like that out of it. These little black spots that you see on the salmon, you also want to make sure that you get that off, because I don't know, it's just something about me in that I just can't see myself mixing that up. So I usually take that off and give it a good clean. And like I say, you want to make sure you take your bones and everything out of it before you mix it up. And that's what you're going to see me doing here. And I'm just pointing out right here the black stuff that I was talking about that you want to take off. Yeah, you see how nice and clean that is now? And you will see here that I'm still just picking through, making sure that I get all the bones and little cartilage and all of that out. So go through that real good. Right here you see it was a bone right there. You see that whole bone, that spine? You want to take that out, completely out. Put it in your little trash bin and continue on mixing up. And you want to break it up for each piece that you have like that, because you will have bone in the center, as you see this piece as well. So make sure you clean it up, girl. Clean it up, okay? Alright, so you want to start to mix this up. Just break it up with a fork so that it's good and fine. Kind of like tuna, how tuna is. So you just want to break it up. And of course, unlike me, you know, you want to use a bigger bowl to do this. I thought that bowl was big enough, but as you'll see, it's not, because I was constantly picking things up. So yeah, make sure you mix it up in a pretty big bowl. And then you want to just go ahead and add your onions into it as well. And then you just want to give it a nice little stir, you know, mix everything up. And here I am now still picking things up, because I just will not learn to put it in a bigger bowl. So yeah, just mix all of that up. That's just your onion and the salmon that you've been breaking up. So right here, you're going to see me, I'm breaking up, I'm cracking an egg You want to use an egg to kind of hold everything together. So you want to beat that up. You don't want to just put one egg in. You want to beat it up first. And then you're going to pour that over into your salmon and onion and whatever else you add to yours mixture. And then right here, I'm using a half cup of just plain breadcrumbs. You can use breadcrumbs that you like. They have the Italian, they have the Parmesan kind. I just used the plain because that's what I had. And so you just pour your egg into the mixture. And then you're going to also pour in your breadcrumbs and just mix all of that together. As you will see, I'm going to do that here. Next, you want to use some seasoning of your choice. Right here, I'm using the Tony Chachere's. That's the Creole seasoning. And then a little bit of onion powder. And then I'm also going to be using a little bit of the Badia's Complete Seasoning. All three of these are really, really good. I usually will also put a little bit of cumin in there, but I didn't have any, so. And then you just want to use your hands. Those are your best mixing tools. Go ahead and mix it up. Because that spoon wasn't gonna get it, girl. You weren't gonna get all your seasoning mixed up together. So use your hands. Make sure they're clean though. Make sure they're clean. But everybody's hands should be clean now because of what's going on. So there should be no dirty hands, right? So right here, what I'm doing is just forming a patty. You're just gonna roll it in a ball, and then you can use more breadcrumbs to keep it together. And then you just form it to how you like it. Whether you like them small, you like them bigger. I like mine not too thick, but not super thin. I like a really good crunch, and I like them to be kind of perfect in the shape. And as you see right here, I'm just chopping through the middle to make sure it's not too thick, and then just rounding out the edges. But you can mix it up to how you want yours. You know, some people just make them any kind of way. And that's perfectly fine, but I'm all about presentation, so mine have to be somewhat decent. And if you hear any noises in the background, I apologize. It's trash day in my neighborhood, so yeah. But yeah, honey, we're just going to mix these up and get them laid out. And this should make you about, I made 6, so this should make you, depending on how big you want them, should make you around the same. And that was just one can that I used. All right, so then what I do next is you just go back in and you just reshape them, make sure everything is good to go, and then you just pop them in the refrigerator so they can get a little firmness. All right, so while we're waiting on those croquettes to get a little firm in the refrigerator, what we're doing is just heating up the oil. I usually use peanut oil, but I didn't have any, so I'm just using them regular vegetable oil. And we've gotten those babies out of the fridge. They're all firm, so we're just going to drop them in this hot oil. Be careful and don't splash anything on yourself. Just lay them in. I think this is a 12-inch cast iron skillet that I'm using. I'm not sure, but I think it's 12 or 16. And you just move them around. You don't want them to stick together as they're cooking, because you don't want two croquettes cooked together. That just no. So after you start to see them brown a little bit around the edges, that'll let you know that it's time to flip them. And you see that pretty golden brown that's on them. I love that. That's the benefits of the cast iron skillet. And I think I cooked these on medium high heat. I think it was, my stove was on 5. So yeah, you don't want to cook it any higher than that. And excuse the bubbles on my hands. Yes, I had washed some dishes and I realized I hadn't flipped them yet, so I had to run over to the stove. So yeah, no bubbles in the salmon, I promise. All right, so we're gonna let these cook a little bit on the other side, maybe like 2-3 minutes, and pull them out of the grease. All right, so now that we've got them out of the oil, what we were doing was let them cool on a rack. And then now we're gonna have some cheese grits on the side to go along with them. Some good old cheese grits, I tell you. That's the best. And then I'm trying to be all cute and things and set it up nice to give you a little presentation. And bam, what y'all know about that cane patch syrup? Whoop, honey, you don't know nothing about that. Leave me a comment below and let me know what y'all know about that cane patch. If you are eating salmon croquettes with regular syrup, I'm gonna need you to stop right now. You can't even claim the South if that's how you're doing things. So you just drizzle a little bit of that cane patch on that there, you know. Ooh, don't that look good? Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So yeah, we almost done here. Look at that presentation. Look at that masterpiece. Ooh, child. Y'all better get y'all a little taste. Come on, come on, come on. Get your little taste. Open up, open up, open up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.